Hey everyone, so today we are going to solve the question longest continuous subarray with absolute difference less than equal to limit. So let me explain you the question. So you will be given an array and you will be given a limit which is 4 in this question in this custom example. So I have to select one subarray, one continuous subarray of an array where each element, when you find the difference with the other element, the difference should be less than or equal to 4. Okay, so let's consider this subarray. Here if I find the difference between 1 and 2, the difference is 1. Between 2 and 4, the difference is 2. Between 1 and 4, the difference is 3, which is less than equal to 4. So that means it's my answer. Okay, you have to find the maximum size of an subarray. So in this example, the maximum will be this one. Okay, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so yeah, whenever there is a question which says subarray, okay, what should come in the mind? The thing that should come in mind is prefix sum or using sliding window. Here, do we have anything to do with sum? We don't have to find the sum actually. We have to find the difference, right? So that means we will be using sliding window. Okay, now next thing. Suppose you have an subarray, okay. Will you be finding the difference between each element? Like it would be too much, right? It would be n square. So in this case also, when n is equal to 3, you have to find for each element. You have to find for 1 to this and then this to this. So it will be a kind of, you can consider as a n square. It's not completely n square, but it will be around n square. Okay, so what other hack we can use is to find the minimum and maximum of this subarray. The minimum is 1, the maximum is 4. Okay, so when you find the difference, which is 3, which is less than equal to 4, right? Now consider this huge subarray. Okay, the minimum is 1, the maximum is 10. Okay, so the difference is 9. If you find one difference, you don't have to find other element differences. So that means you have to find minimum and maximum also of a subarray in this question, right? And third point, let's consider third point. So I'll explain you the third point. So when you find the subarray, let's consider 2 as a subarray. So the answer will be 1 because there is nothing to be subtracted with, right? Because there is no other element. Now consider subarray 2 and 9. The difference is 7. So is this a good subarray? Like is the difference less than equal to 4? No, right? So now let's consider 2, 9 and 5. So the difference between 2 and 5 is 3, which is less than equal to 4, which is correct. 9 and 5, the difference is 4, which is less than equal to 4, which is also correct. But the difference between 2 and 9 is 7, which is greater than 4. So we are not considering this as an subarray. But the first point is, why should we again calculate the difference between 2 and 9? So see, when we were selecting this small subarray, the difference was 7, and we know that it is not a good subarray according to the question, right? So why we select the big subarray, or why will we be selecting further subarrays from 2? So will be blacklisting this 2. Okay, similarly with 9 also. When we find 9 and 5, the difference is 4, which is correct. Then 9, 5 and 10. So here the 9 and 5, the difference is 4, which is correct. 5 and 10, the difference is 5. So because of this 5, I can't consider 9 as a sub-array part. Okay. So let me explain you again. So the difference between 9 and 5 is 4. So this 2 is a good sub-array. So I'll change it to 2. So the maximum size coming into my answer is 2. So now next subarray which I'll do is when I slide the window. So this will be my left counter, this will be my right counter, right? So when I select 9, 5 and 10, the difference between 9 and 10 is 1. The difference between 9 and 5 is 4, which is correct. But difference between 5 and 10 is 5, which is greater than 4. So because of this 5, I can't consider 9 as a part of my subarray. Okay. So I have to blacklist 9. Similarly, I have to blacklist 5 also. Why 5? Because see, the when I'll select 5 and 10 as a subarray, so you know the difference is 5. Okay. So Yeah, let's take 10 and 1 as a subarray, which is 9. So I have to blacklist this. Similarly, 1 and 2, which is correct. 1, 2, and 4. Minimum is 1, maximum is 4. I said in the first point we have to find the minimum and maximum, right? So 1 and 4, when you find the difference, it is 3, which is less than equal to 4. So I think you are now connecting the dots, right? Okay. So now what will we be doing is, let's start with left counter and right counter as 0. Because we have to slide the window, we can slide the window moving right pointer and left pointer. Keep it in mind. Initially left is 0. When we start with right as 0, I have only 2 in my subarray. Got it? So my answer is partially 1. We have to find the longest continuous subarray. So here it is not the longest, we know, because this is a subarray. This will be my answer. But for now, for the sake of the loops, let's consider this is a sum. This is a answer. So we'll put 1 as an answer. Next, we'll increment right. So we'll be shifting our sliding window till 9. Okay, so now I have a subarray of 2 and 9. And if you see, the difference between minimum and maximum is 7. So this is not a good subarray. Okay, so the next thing which we will be doing is, yeah. So now see, now I have to increment left counter. I have to increment left counter, right? Because now 2 I have to blacklist. Okay, so left becomes 1, right becomes 1. So I have only 9. So in the next loop, so see, right now the partial answer will be 9 and the sum will be 1, right? So now next R will become 2. So I have to select 9 and 5. Okay. So the minimum is 5, maximum is 9, right? So the difference is 4. Now when I'll increment R, it will be 3. So now I have elements 9, 5 and 10. You find the minimum, you find the maximum. The sum is, the difference is 5. The absolute difference is 5, which is greater than 4. So I have to blacklist 9 as well as 5. So now there is something here. Okay, so you have to find the minimum and you have to find the maximum again and again. So why not use a data structure where we can find the minimum element and maximum element very easily? Is there any data structure where we can do it, which is finding the minimum element and maximum element which sorts by itself? There are many. Think about it, like heaps or set. Can we use it? Like, we can use it, yes. Okay, so there is something called ordered sets. Okay, so in the programming languages, you get pre-built order sets. Okay, so in Java, if you consider, you'll get tree set. You have to use tree set. And in C++, you can use multi sets. Okay, so you can solve this problem using sets, using ordered sets. Okay, you can't use unordered, you have to use ordered sets. Because if you use unordered sets, you have to sort the array and you have to then find minimum and maximum. But if we use the pre-built databases like ordered sets, you'll get the minimum and maximum by itself, right? Or you can use heaps also. So in this question we'll be using sets because the solution is very easy for it. Okay, so consider this as an left, this as a right. So you will have two So I'll consider the indexes also, 2 and 0, 9 and 1. The difference is 7. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to increment L. How you can increment L? Using increment, obviously. So when you increment it, you have to remove 2. You have to blacklist 2. So you have to remove this 2. So you have left and right at 9. So next thing will be to increment R. You have to shift the window, right? So now what you will have is 5 and 2, where 2 is the index. So see, this is 0, 1, 2. So how indexes play role, I'll come to that point. Here the difference between the minimum and maximum is 4. So I put my answer to 2. Next, my R moves here, 9, 5 and 10. So 10 will come here in the ordered sets and the index is 3. So now if you consider this, minimum is 2, maximum is 10. The difference is 5, which is greater than 4. So that means you have to blacklist 9. You have to write shift. So you have to write shift. So that means when L is equal to 1, where L is the index of the left counter, you have to make it to 2. Okay, so you have to remove this element. Now you check again, 5 and 10. You again have to delete this. So that means index was 2. So here comes the index role. Okay, see, the minimum was 5, the index is 2. So that means because of this 5, my 9 is being blacklisted. Similarly 5 will also get blacklisted, because the difference between this and this, because due to this difference only we can't keep 9 and we can't keep 5, because now see, 5 ka index is 2. So you have to blacklist every index with equal or less than 2. You got it? So let me tell you in a cleaner way. Okay, so now here, this is left, this is right. When you create a set, so let's consider the indexes only 0, 1. Okay, so this is 1 actually, 1, 2, and 3. So if you consider a set where you are putting the indexes, so this is 2, this is 1, this is 3. So array at 2 is 5, the minimum one. Okay, so this represents, this is an index, this is a number. Okay, and at 3 the number is 10, this is an index. Okay, so because of this 5, because of this index, I can't keep index 1. So that means I have to remove all the indexes from my set which are less than equal to 2. Okay, so let's come into the Java solution and we'll explain you with an example what is happening. Okay, so here is my solution. I hope you can see this. So basically, I'll create a tree set. I'll create a ordered set. So in Java, you can do it this way, and in C++, you can create multi sets. Okay, so you can search in Google and browsers and see like how you can implement using multi set in C++. And I'm using comparator. Okay, so why I'm using comparator is, see, in multiset you have to sort this based on the number at that index. So see, if I'm considering 9, 5 and 10 as a sub array, because here indexes play role, right? So I have to put index of 5 at first and index of 10 at last and index of 9 in between, because see, the minimum is 5, then is 9, and then is 10. So that means it should come like 2, 1 and 3, right? So there will be a comparator, like how will the numbers be added to tree set based on nums of I, where nums is an array. Okay, Yeah, so this is a comparator, okay, where nums of I will be comparing to nums of j. So what is this compared to? So see, firstly I'll add 9 into my set. When I have to add 5 into my set, basically I'll not be putting 9, I'll be putting 1 because this is an index, okay. When I'll be putting 2 as an index, now in number at 1 is 9, number at 2 is 5. So you have to compare 9 and 5. Which one is smaller? 5 is smaller. So 2 will come first in the ordered set, 1 will come later. Okay. So you will be adding the indexes, but how you will be adding the indexes? Based on the nums, based on the array element. Okay. So you should read about comparators more, like, because generally the questions which are coming these days, right, those are comparator based and based, right? So I think you'll get more clarity when you solve more questions of comparator in Java, okay, basically. Okay, so yeah, my left is 0, my right is 0. Max represents the answer, okay. So uh, you have to keep the right window sliding to the right till the end of array. So what I'll do is I'll put r, I'll put the index, so r represents the index. So consider, I'll erase all this. So consider 9, 5 and 10 as my array. So initially I'll put, this is 0, index 1 and 2. So initially I'll put 0 in my set. Okay, there is nothing to compare, so my max will be 1. Okay, so see, how will you consider, how will calculate the maximum? Right minus left plus 1. So here what was right? Right counter was 0, left counter was also 0, because it is a starting point. So right minus left is 0 plus 1. So that means the maximum length is 1. So now you will shift r to 1. So left is 0, right is 1. Okay, so when you increment r, right becomes 1. So you will add index 1. How you will add index 1? You don't have to add it here. The comparator will do its work. What will it do is it will compare what is at index 0. It is 9. What is at index 1? It is 5, which we are going to put this 1. So 5 is less than 9. So that means nums at 1 is less than nums at 0. So you have to add 1 here, then 0. Got it? Yeah. So now when you have to find the minimum and maximum difference, which I told you earlier, right? So here minimum is nums at 1, maximum is nums at 0, which is less than equal to 4. So 4 was the limit. So this is a correct thing. You don't have to go inside this. So I'll tell you the meaning why we have put this loop, right? In some, oh my god. Let me put it on the charger. Else will not be able to teach you. Okay, sorry for the inconvenience. Yeah. So now we have to put this 10. Basically you have to put this 2 as an index. So how will you put? Here see, nums at 1 is 5, nums at 0 is 9, nums at 2 is 10. So 10 is the maximum element, so 1, 0 and 2. So now index at 1 will be my minimum element, index at 2 will be my maximum element. If you compare this, if you compare 5 and 10, find the difference, it will be greater than 4. So that means I have to blacklist 9 and I have to blacklist 5. Okay, so my left was 0. I have to move my left counter. I have to shorten the window. Okay, so what I'll do is, if you see, nums at window ka last, windows last, this sets last is 2, this sets last is 1. So nums at 2 is 10. nums at 1 is 5. Okay, the last element minus the first element is greater than limit. So what we have to do is we have to remove L. We have to remove the leftmost counter. So we removed 9. Okay, so when I remove 9, so that means I have to remove this 0. Okay, the left counter. So now after I removed 0, I'll get 1 and 2. I'll have this small window. But again, right minus left, which is 10 minus 5 is 5, which is greater than 4. So I have to remove this one also. Okay, so I think you got the clarity, and I'll put this solution in the comment section so you can get it. And if you want more explanation, you can tell me. If you want this in Hindi, you can tell me. And so this is my first video of explaining you the lead code questions. So I hope I'll be continuous in this journey, and just hope me the best, and hope you the best. And thank you.